Hello. Do you want to reclap it, or you think?
No, I might leave that all in.
Hello, welcome to the I'm Angry, Annoyed, and Amused podcast. You're on with Mike. So next to me is Matt.
What's up?
Over there's Johnny.
Yo.
Across the table is the other Mike.
Hello.
So today we're going to be talking about my hatred of Tim Walz. No, not actually. I don't like him.
I didn't know you
hate
hated him.
Yeah.
No, you like
But no, specifically the fraud in Minnesota, obviously particularly in the, or has been in the Somalian community, I guess, but all this like daycare, like reporting. I don't know what you'd call it. Daycare, and there's another thing too, like the emergency, the non-emergency transport.
Yeah.
Things is another big one. Does anybody else want to start, or should I just?
You could start.
Give some thoughts.
Yeah, since you love him so much, you go.
Yeah. Well, I'll get to Tim Walz, but I think generally it's crazy to me that even like something like fraud is like a political. It's a two sides thing, and I mean, maybe I'm missing something. To me, it seems very, very clear that there's a lot of fraud going on, particularly with the Somalian daycares.
That one's huge.
And it's like so weird that because the right, I guess, capitalized on it because it's in Minnesota and it's Tim Walz and it's like, and they're immigrants, that it now is like you have to excuse the fraud. And then part of the thing, which again,
wait, did you say the right?
Like it's considered considered a right. By right.
A right. Sorry.
Like the right politically. Conservative. Right. I'll say conservative. It's like considered a conservative thing that's like, oh, it's not really Somalians. It was one YouTuber made a fake video and all this. And then the right jumped on it because they're like, oh, you know, well, the argument from the left is that because the right hates black people and Somalians and immigrants and they're all lying and they are actual thing. I'm like, I don't know, man. It seems pretty obvious to me if you see some of these videos that like the house that they have private daycare in and 2 kids, that they should not be taking in $1 million like from the government.
Nope.
And it's weird because also part of it is like now a lot of people have been saying that the original video that I really like, I think Nick Shirley's his name, YouTuber.
Yeah.
That original video that got like really kind of like blew it out, that they're saying that it was like fake and he went to all these places like on off hours and all that. And I'm like, even if that was true about his video, on the same hand, the same people are going, oh yeah, they're talking about it, but they already arrested a bunch of Somalians 5 years ago for it. Right. So I'm like, so is it a real thing or is it not? Or like there was fraud and they got it all, now they stopped it. Like it's just like I don't know. It's because everything is.
It's all about deflection, right? There's fraud out there, but they're not excusing the fraud. They're ignoring the fraud in place of the, racist right who is saying that it's the entire Somali community, right?
Which I don't think anybody's saying, for the record.
No, they're not. What? That it's the entire.
It's like all Somalians. Like nobody's saying that. It's
no. But that's what
that's
what they want you to. That's what they want everybody to believe. That we're just going after. And like I said, it's never about the Somali community or the Mexican community or the Venezuelan community. It's about the bad people of those communities that we let in, right? And that go unpoliced. Now, in this case, these frauds, someone referred to it today as like legal fraud, meaning that not that it's legal what they're doing, but they're doing it. They're using legal means, right? They're using government money that you would normally get if you did have.
But fraud is always
kids. No. That his point was it's not legal. Right, but they're using legal means of obtaining the money. Like you can get those grants if you had 100 kids in your daycare. Right. So that's where he says it's masked by the fact that they're doing something that would otherwise be legit.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like it's so egregious.
What daycare has 100 kids?
Well, it doesn't matter. 50 kids, whatever it is, 25 kids. So they would be able to get money legally. So they're using our system to take this money in a fraudulent way, right? So not to say that it was legal, but it is legal to get that money if you're actually operating under or doing what you said you were doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, and it's just, so it's not about.
And for the record, one thing real quick, because I don't want to harp, the Somalian thing to me doesn't matter. The reason why it's called Somalian and why for this particular thing it does is because it does seem like it's organized as a group. because they do, like, they come to the defense of each other, and then, like, if you see some of these videos, the next day they have a group of kids who are all Somali and getting brought in. It's like probably all their nephews and cousins or whatever. But like that's why if this was like a group of, if you found a group of white people doing this, I would be just as
pissed,
just as mad, and I'd say arrest them all as well. Like for the record, I
you
just want to make it clear. But the Somali thing is because it is Somali.
White people, so that's that's the problem. They wouldn't be just saying it was white people.
Well, if it was Italians,
it would just be people.
Well, I'm saying if it was because it is a particular community, you're gonna call it Somalian.
Look, the problem is
like you're gonna call it a Somalian thing because it is that community doing it.
Same thing with the China
but it has
virus.
nothing to do with it.
Same thing with the China virus. It came from China, so they call it China virus.
The problem is unfortunately there was a burglary and we can't prove it because they stole the paperwork.
That was
so
funny. In that video that guy had on $2,500 glasses.
Yes, $3,000 glasses. Yeah, I don't know anyone who owns a daycare that has that kind of.
Or the Leering Center.
Yeah,
and then they changed the thing the next day. And like when the video came out and they people were talking about it, that was like one of the big ones because it was so clearly like fake.
Right.
And then I don't know, like some politician said that one that he went to, this is trying to disprove the video. She's like, the Learning Center was actually shut down, had a bunch of violations. Like it was open, that's why there was nobody there. And then the next day after that, a guy standing in front of it saying, I own it, this is a legit thing, and there's people coming in. It's like, is it closed?
Or is
Which is what the politician just said?
Right.
From records that you've had violations, or is it open?
Exactly.
Like what is?
Which one, you guys should have talked.
And the guy who said he's the owner and whatever, I'm pretty sure is a political, like he's affiliated politically. So it's like, come on, guy, like just give it up.
They should have used those people to make the signs up for all the protesting to get their sign.
Misspelled signs is such a
that's
pet
so
peeve
bad.
of mine, man.
That's such a bad
Especially
one.
learning. That's like so ironic.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like,
it really is.
Ridiculously ironic.
You don't spell learning wrong. It's just, it's wrong.
The Leering Center. And even if they're trying to spell Leering, they spelled it wrong.
Spell check, you would know, right?
I guess it doesn't matter because like it's not a real thing.
But what, do we know why it was spelled wrong? Like,
because
they didn't care because
it didn't really
because it doesn't really matter. It was just a fake.
Yeah, I know, but you would think like, people driving by, it would bring more attention.
So who do you think? Like, I know they said they did arrest some people, right? And some people.
Well, apparently this was an issue a couple of years. I don't know how many years ago. Like this had already kind of gone locally public, and a bunch of people got arrested. There was like one big ring was found, but like the ones that were just reported on are still existing.
Right.
So I think it's the idea that like the fraud is rampant.
Still going on.
Right. And they have all these. I guess I didn't know because I don't care about childcare at this point. Excuse me.
You regret those?
Or like look into it. No. But I mean that they have at-home daycares. Yeah. And it's like they'll have 2 or 3 kids and they'll get grant money. And I'm like, that should just not.
What?
There should be a minimum There should be a minimum child requirement to get any government funding, I think. Because it should be a legit operation. Like if you're saying I run a home daycare and it's 3 kids, I don't think you should get any government money.
Why would you get any money for any of that?
Well, like you can charge the people. It can be a business, which it should be.
Right. I know like here, I know someone that owns one and they get government money for the parents who can't afford it. But the kids are there. Right. But
like the businesses get it directly as a
that's
loophole.
That's what the idea. They get it.
Right.
They get it because
exactly. But the
family
kid doesn't have to be there.
You don't want to raise the price on the parent.
Right.
So the kid has
but that's my thing. Like, is that what they were doing? Like saying they had 100 kids.
Yeah,
like
they would either well, this is a larger thing that annoyed me from what I've seen about it. It's like not sophisticated. It's not. It's just a random building that says the Leering Center. And then they say we have 40 kids.
That was the point that the guy was making today. It's like it's a legit thing that people do all the time, right?
Have
crazy.
Daycares, yeah.
And that's why it's so easy to do.
That's what makes it fraud.
There's no
right.
Yeah,
that's why it's fraud.
Yeah, but there's no check for it.
Do we know how much money that like the Leering Center is making?
The Leering Center itself, I want to say, I mean, this is just a random, so take it what you will, because I remember they did go over some of the numbers, but also like the guy who made the video, I've only seen it from the guy Nick Shirley. I don't know. He was saying he has it off a government website. I'm choosing to believe him because he made the video, but he could be wrong or lying. But I want to say the Leering Center was like upwards of a couple million.
Really?
For daycare.
There was multiple that were millions of dollars.
I'm in their own business.
Yeah, well, they're not even in business.
Yeah, fraud.
You're in the wrong fake.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong fake
You're in
business.
the wrong business.
Damn
You
it.
should be
I would have to-
frauding.
We're over here trying to figure out a business to start.
Yeah,
It's
you-
not making the business start.
And I would
fraud.
even, I would
Damn
even,
it.
I would
That'll
even
always
feel
make you the
better.
most money.
Yeah, I would even feel better
Wow.
if they were like, "Hey, we have a daycare that is a real daycare, and it has 30 kids, and they say we have 35, and the guy is shaving a bit off the top."
Yeah, that's
I'd be like,
fine.
"That's classic." Okay,
Right.
That's fine.
you know what I mean? He's getting 500,000 a year, and 400 of it does go to the kids, and he's pocketing 100. I'd be like,
Exactly.
all right,
Yeah,
at
that's-
least you're running a daycare.
Yeah.
To not actually run a daycare
daycare.
and collect
Millions?
all the money, like how does nobody catch
For
that?
our listeners, tomorrow, please come to our
guess-
new
I guess
daycare.
you just-
that's not the only place that this stuff is going on.
It's gotta
right?
be. It's gotta be that
angry
you
and
just.
annoyed and
If there's
amused.
nobody
Nationwide,
will
I'm
never check. You assume that they assume. I mean, you assume that they assume nobody would ever try it. You know, so you just
I
do
guess.
it. And
I guess. I don't, but isn't there aren't there people whose entire job is that?
To what?
To like investigate
No,
fraud?
not
all
good
that
at
shit
it.
is
Does that not exist?
No one
Like,
does
they're
that
not good
anymore
at
because
it.
they all get paid. Everybody gets paid.
yeah, I
What's
guess
crazy is
The
if
cor-
if
it's
they
so
knew-
corrupt,
They
the
knew this
corruption.
was going on, but they allowed it to continue to go on by
Yeah.
not like investigating it all. After
'Cause
they
they're getting
found
back-
out that this was happening,
'Cause they're getting
you would
paid,
think
Michael.
everybody would get checked.
They all get paid.
Well, did you
But
hear about that
goes to
judge?
accountability, right?
Yeah.
No one ever goes to jail for anything anymore.
No.
Yeah. There was with this fraud. This was like I said that a couple years ago. There was like a big ring was discovered or whatever. Apparently, and not apparently. This is real. I might give a little mocked up version of it, but pretty much the guy who was like in charge of this bust had, I think, I want to say it was $7 million. Him and his wife had made, and it was obvious they had spent luxury items. All this was like
Wait,
proven in court.
Like you mean
Fraud. Same thing.
the person
Somalian.
who busted it? Like
No. The guy got caught.
oh, the guy that got caught.
He was either one daycare or he was like part of a ring of
Right,
people
right,
that were
okay.
doing it. Whatever. Well, I don't know exactly how he got caught, but
gotcha.
he was in court. Him and his wife for I believe it was a daycare scheme of about $7 million. Again, I think, and so they had him like dead to rights, whatever. It went to court. The jury found him unanimously guilty in 4 hours, like not a lot of deliberation, and then the judge just overturned the ruling and let him go. Look it up.
How's that legal?
Judges are allowed,
judges
to,
are
do
allowed
that.
to do that.
Judges are technically allowed to do that, but like to do it in such an obvious case is like insane, and it's so clearly either corrupt, like paid corrupt, or like so
Maybe his kid goes
so
to the daycare.
mentally. No, I'm thinking like it was a woman. It was a white woman. So mentally corrupt that
That's-
she like I don't know what her she must have had a what do they call it? Judge when judges give a they have to write something.
How
You
could
know
I
what I mean?
possibly
Yeah.
look that up?
Look up Somalian fraud judge overturn.
That's perfect.
It's gonna find it, and it's just
when you
crazy.
have $7 million.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, and
How are
he
you not
they
gonna
let
pay
him
off
go.
The judge, you know.
I mean, I get, but like you would
When you
think
get
even then
$7
it should be
million
obvious. But like to me, if that like
Well, you
me
investigate the judge.
just hearing about this, I'm like clearly investigate that judge.
That's crazy.
But then you pay the
That
investigators.
was Medicaid fraud, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Medicaid. my bad.
Then you pay the investigators.
Right? Yeah, you can always just pay the next guy. That is I guess the danger of fraud in a corrupt
It's
society.
gotta be
but-
what's happening, right?
Yeah.
It's
Well, I think we
wild.
have
Just
moved
pay
overall to
everybody
a
off.
low trust. Like we've gone from a high trust society to low
No,
trust.
I
Yeah,
am thinking.
post 9/11.
I am thinking the wrong way of making.
I know.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
know.
You should be breaking the law to make.
Open a
You're
daycare.
serious.
Call your own house a daycare and raise your own child and just charge the government $1 million a year.
It's crazy. Wow, I can stay home with Presley and be rich.
It's not crazy. You've always been able to get rich off of committing crime. That's always been an option.
Yeah, but not this
Yeah, but
easy,
at
and
least-
not getting in trouble for it.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was always this easy.
No, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm
like
it
I feel like
pisses,
it's
it
easier.
pisses me off how
it used to be even easier before RICO, right? I mean, it was totally easy.
I get,
to
but I
get
don't think
rich
the
off of
I don't think the
fraud.
government was giving out money.
Yeah,
like they
that's
do
the
now.
thing.
I think that's what made it
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Exactly.
But to take it from
Like
the
I don't think daycares used to ever
Yeah, right.
get tons
Yeah.
of money from the government.
Because now you're talking. You're robbing the government legally, illegally.
Yeah, but that's because
it's illegal.
that's
It's
because
fraud.
we've
No,
gotten
but
to
like
a
you
point
said,
where the
there's a
government now just
loophole.
spends on every random thing, and especially with these Tim Walz
yeah, but like that's always
being a
a
retard.
thing.
He is. You can look it up.
I'm supposed to use that word.
Huh?
I'm supposed to use that word.
I used it in a clinical sense.
He's a stupid person.
He ran on childcare costs, like lowering childcare costs, and the way that he was running on lowering childcare costs was just having taxpayers pay for it.
Right.
Right.
So it's like, to deliver on that, yeah, you just have to allow people to say, hey, I have a child care.
Right.
Or enforce the law.
Right. Well, yeah, but he's not going to do that, because then it's like, oh, ooh, it's a bunch of Somalians. Like, I can't not give it to them and give it to, like, Whitey McGee over here. Like, it is Minnesota. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it's bad. It's going to be, I'm sure it's widespread. Apparently, they did, like, I think Trump recently, like, in the last couple of days, like, did a probe, whatever that means. I guess the FBI is going to start looking into it. In California. That's probably going to be
What they're doing
absurd.
He's looking into California.
Into California. Yeah,
No,
because
he's doing Minnesota.
Yeah, that as well. That's why apparently a lot of the ICE agents are there as well. But
That's great.
the what is it? The homeless thing in California is apparently ripe for fraud, and there were some like whistleblowers or investigative
You know how
journalists.
much money goes to that, and
they're still there.
They're still there,
and it never works.
The train they never built.
All that stuff. Yeah.
That was what, billions, right, for the train?
Billions for the train.
What is it? We did the same thing. Didn't Biden do the same thing for electric buses or something?
Investigations mean nothing to me until somebody gets arrested.
Right?
Finally.
Isn't there the Biden thing? He invested like billions in like electric buses or something. They made 4, and by that account, it was like $30 million a bus.
Yeah. Did you not find? You didn't find it?
She just basically said the whole case was based on circumstantial evidence, so she dismissed it.
Then she could have dismissed in the beginning. Then,
but like, I guess then you'd have to look into what the evidence is.
Have
but
to
from
hear
what
the
I
case
saw,
out first.
it was clearly not circumstantial.
Well, that's what the jurors are saying. They're saying,
yeah, they said it was unanimous. They're like, no, it was totally obvious.
Case. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but also circumstantial evidence is like, isn't that kind of all evidence? The only thing that isn't circumstantial is a witness, right?
Right.
And a confession.
Word.
And DNA. Fair enough, DNA. But for fraud, there can never, like, what fraud?
Or paper trail.
No.
Is it paper? I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Paper trail can be.
Conviction relied substantially on circumstantial evidence.
Of course, definitely, it relies on circumstantial.
But I'm saying I think
No,
most
but
evidence is circumstantial.
Most evidence that you're going to bring.
Like, I wonder, is a paper
Like,
trail
if you're gonna-
non-circumstantial? I don't know.
If you're gonna, well, no, for financial.
But like, what? But there's like,
but like, no, if you're putting somebody if you're saying that this person, all signs point to this person was here at this time, it's circumstantial. But like, you need that to prove something in court.
Yeah, well, I'm saying
you'd have to look at what the evidence was.
Fair enough.
In this case,
but I mean, or 12 jurors are just stupid.
There was financial
or
records.
Yeah.
Just in reading through it briefly, there was something about him taking $380-something thousand in cash out of his account.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be something that's questioned,
God.
And it was $7
jury-
It was like
jury
$7
seemed to
million.
think
It was like $7
So
million.
there's got to
right?
be some kind of a paper trail on that.
Any
And that can't be circumstantial.
any
right?
daycare person
what I
who
mean,
has
like,
$1 million
finance.
is doing
That kind of
something illegal.
financial.
Yeah, well, this one was Medicaid apparently, but still the same thing. Because it was a couple of years ago that this case
That's
was.
right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, fraud, and it's weird. Like, some people just think you just have to deal with it, like that it's gonna happen, and everybody does it. And like, it's not true. I was talking to, like, I was fired up on New Year's Eve. I was like, what bothers me so much is the more and more I see of that. And it seems like it's more and more, like, every day. Like, you could just look up, I could just look up fraud on any day and see something. And it's like, why am I the schmuck who has to work a normal job? Like, and I pay for all of the fraud.
Yeah.
All of the fraud
Yeah.
is coming out of my paycheck.
Yep.
And I just have to live with it and be like, be a normal
Don't.
average Joe.
That's
I know, but it's like, what the options
But
are
that's
what?
what being a good
We're
citizen
start.
is.
We're gonna start a
Well,
daycare.
commit fraud, right?
We're gonna no. We're not. We're
Yeah,
gonna
but
start a legal
I mean,
daycare.
You couldn't.
We're also gonna start a cult.
You're
We
never
talked
gonna.
about that too.
That'd be fun.
You're never gonna get rid of fraud solely for the fact that fraud only exists because it's a bunch of people looking for loopholes, and you're
But I
gonna
can
find it.
accept-
like
but
it's
like,
not gonna be.
make it sophisticated,
The reason
man.
that I agree. This is they.
We
if
should
the
do it.
FBI,
There should be
if the-
year-long
if the FBI
investigations
yeah,
to like
if,
it should be a Bernie
the-
Bernie Madoff scheme.
if the FBI.
That's the
was
other thing,
to do it,
too,
it should
there's
be
no-
instant. But
Yeah.
That's the other
you
thing,
don't
there's
commit
no
fraud 'cause
more.
It's supposed to be a good citizen. That's what you're supposed
There
to.
are
do.
no more
When nobody else
journals.
seems to agree
But
with that,
I know, but
at
it's,
what point am I
you know,
just like a loser?
You're a loser.
You know what I mean? Like that, I'm a sucker. Like
you are
I'm
a
just
sucker.
getting taken
You're not a
advantage of
loser.
constantly.
You're getting taken advantage of because you
Look,
choose to act in good faith in your society.
And I got to be honest, it
nothing wrong
genuinely
with
does
that.
hurt more when it's immigrants.
Oh,
personally.
because they're beating the system.
Of every creed, color, whatever. This happens to be Somalians, but that feels way more offensive. I'm like, if an American citizen is going to commit fraud, they're like Matt just said, and I agree to an extent. Fraud is always going to be committed, but for someone to move here and then commit fraud
Use our system to
is
better.
is worse
The
to
thing
me.
that gets me is that at this point, you got to believe that people are letting the fraud take place no matter what. Right?
Certainly.
Because you can't. Like if you tried to do it, you'd get caught.
I'd get caught, yeah.
You'd get caught
Immediately.
If you didn't have
I would never even get the grant.
If you didn't have anybody backing you up, you'd get caught.
Yeah.
You have to have people backing you up in these things.
I don't know.
No
I think
doubt
if you
in my
move somewhere
mind.
in Minnesota, you could probably.
No.
No, I doubt
You
it.
need someone in your
now,
pocket.
now.
Yeah, maybe
but
not
I
now.
You
think
need someone in your pocket.
no. I think if
No,
you
I,
move,
but you
I,
say
I
that,
think
Matt,
part
right?
of the
But,
Somalian
if you
thing is
move-
also because
if
they
you
were
move to
defended
the
as a
middle-
minority
As a
group,
minority group,
as a minority group, and as an
how could
immigrant
How
group.
could you accuse them? How could you
there's a
possibly
point. There's a
accuse
point
them?
to be made there, but I don't know. I think if you move to the middle of Kansas, you could.
I'm
commit
just
some
another white guy in Kansas.
could
I
commit
don't
some
think they
fraud.
want fraud going. Like,
You could
could
commit some
I?
fraud.
Could I maybe? But my dad's point is just that for this to happen on a large scale, that's seemingly over years, that everybody just kind of looked the other way.
Right.
There must have been people defending them because it is so obvious.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it's
after
not.
those-
Could I go to Kansas?
After those first
nobody
people
knows
got
me. I
caught-
say I open a daycare, maybe. But I feel like one guy at the local thing would go, "Anybody know any kids that go there?" And that would be the end of it. They'd go, "I don't think so."
Let's
I
take the
don't
show.
know
On,
how-
let's take the show on the
I
road.
don't know how
After those
involved
first
get
people
in other
got
people's
caught,
business,
right?
You know?
Every place should have been looked at.
And they weren't.
And,
Well, that's-
and
yeah.
the funding should have been stopped
It's a
until they figured
fail-
but they fought to still get the funding.
They
Yeah.
failed.
Right?
They failed to audit
on the
properly.
guise of, well, they're
for sure.
immigrants. Why are you picking on this immigrant community?
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and it all starts at the top. Bumblebutt Walls.
Yeah, you want to talk about Wall?
I hate that guy,
Go ahead.
man.
Let it go.
Go.
How can anybody look at him and really like respect him as a leader or a person? He's just everything about him to me is off-putting.
Yeah, I know.
It blows my mind that people are like he's the most American guy.
He looks like a child molester.
Please, totally looks like a child molester.
Every time I see
he's
him,
friends with school shooters apparently,
Yeah, which is so weird,
Weird
to
do.
say that and
Weird
like
to do.
proud of that.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe that was an accident because he's such a bumblebutt running for VP.
In his own
What a
words,
loser.
Right?
His wife is
What
just
a
as
loser.
stupid.
His kids are idiots. God.
I don't know his kids. I know his
Well,
wife
one of
is
them
stupid.
actually is special needs. Not that kid. I feel bad. I'm not calling that kid stupid. But his like daughter's like an influencer,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
and then she went on after. Oh, well, the the cherry on top of the fraud and all this is that when you're listening to this, it might be like 2 weeks, but he just on Sunday, it's Wednesday, he was stepped down from running again.
Yeah.
And his explanation didn't talk about the fraud at all.
No.
He just said, I can't give my full like attention to the job while also doing the job. And it's
Which
like, yeah, but
makes-
you already reran. This is your third term.
Right.
right.
Like, so were you just saying, oh yeah, I wasn't giving it my all that time? and then he doesn't take any questions. Like
No.
at the press conference, saying I'm stepping down, or he didn't step down. He's
Said
still
not running.
He's finishing his term.
He's
He's
never
not.
going to step down. He's going to finish his term.
He's going to finish his term and not run.
Rerun.
because he's unelectable.
What a
He was
loser!
told to step down.
What
Yeah.
a
He was
disgusting
told
loser!
to not run.
Yeah,
He sucks.
just everything about it. From the second he was like, I never heard of him. I didn't know he was like some famous darling of the left.
I didn't know that either.
Before
I didn't know that
Kamala
either. I knew
picked him.
nothing about
And you
this
know
guy.
why she picked? I think why she picked him is he's the only
old
guy
white
in
guy.
America who's worse than her.
No, I heard it's because
Old white guy.
I'd vote for Kamala Harris a million times before I vote for him, and I hate her. She's stupid.
I heard
But I don't
they-
hate her, but she's
they
stupid.
picked him because he was very left with the
Old
way he
white
ran
guy.
that country, that state, so that he was like progressive and all that.
Because
Like,
he's a feckless loser who'll let people walk all over
Yeah.
him. Like that, nobody wants that in the presidency. I don't get it.
yeah.
I don't get it.
There are people that would have voted, that did vote for him.
Well, so there's something funny about he like talks like, oh, I'm a football coach and I go hunting, and there's a video of him hunting and he's like holding the gun wrong
Yeah.
or something like that. And then I think the football coach thing, he's not even actually a football coach. Like he's on the he's like an administrator.
On the
He's
yeah.
not like the head coach of a high school football team.
Right,
Or never
right.
was. He was like something, whatever, like related to it or something because he used to be a teacher.
he ordered the jerseys.
Yeah, something like that. And that might not be true. I just remember seeing something about that.
Goofball, man. I don't know how they ever
Well, Minnesota's
Selected
turning the
that guy.
page.
Yeah, and he talks like a.
turn the page.
Turn the page. Let's turn the page. We're turning the page. Such a stupid thing. It was so weird. The face was so creepy. So creepy.
I did also think.
If I was-
actually, I bet my roommate this. I did say I was like, before he dies, it's gonna come out that he was a child molester.
I think something's gonna come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's too I don't know, pudgy. That's not a fat thing. He's like pudgy. His face, something about him, man. I don't like him. I really don't.
It's funny if you watch those like caught on videos, so like kids that go, they all do look alike. They all have that look.
They got that look.
They got that look, and he looks like it.
He's creepy.
He looks like it. I can see him in a Walmart meeting a 13-year-old.
He's definitely weird.
He's definitely weird.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not accusing him. I'm saying I feel like it'll come out. You know? We're allowed to say that these days. You can throw accusations.
You can
like
say
that
anything
around.
nowadays.
That's
We're in such a new world.
That's
some
true.
people can, some people can't.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? This is a slight pivot, but
No. Pivot in the show?
well,
No.
just because you're like with child molesting and all that, but the Epstein files. Excuse me. I haven't like looked into them. I know there's like thousands of pages. Is it just all emails from Epstein? Is there anything that's like
No, there's a ton of stuff.
but like what?
What?
Everybody says, "Oh, it's we
so
got him." Like,
But
"Oh, it's
there's
Trump's
nothing.
Trump's in it," and then I see a thing, and it's just like a tip line from a random
no.
person that says he killed, and then he got a
he
girl
dumped-
pregnant,
he
and then
dumped the baby.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
threw the baby into Lake Michigan with his brother,
Yeah.
and was just like standing there watching. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a thing that a billionaire would do.
No, it's a
Yeah, he would do it by himself.
It's a
a
ton.
billionaire wouldn't get somebody to do his dirty work. He's gonna go and physically throw the baby.
Yeah.
It's
Right
a-
after he lets the kid be born.
it's a
Yeah,
lot of
that makes sense.
It's a lot of like court documents.
I do. I
But
would.
what? Like so?
so,
what
like-
court?
So what
But
is it-
are
I
the
don't know,
court
what do you
documents
want-
just the
proving?
Epstein
What do you
case?
want to know about? No. So it's
Anything.
It's,
I'm saying everybody's like, oh, there's so much in it.
Even
And then
the-
there hasn't been one
even the
thing that I'm like,
pictures.
oh, this is clearly
They put a
evidence
picture
of
out.
Even the
anything.
pictures they released were dumb. One of the pictures was him at one of the
They're
Miss
just the same
USA.
pictures
wanna
that have
know-
been going around
For
if
them
you want to know
seeing.
about
With the whole
I'm not even saying with Trump.
Yeah.
I'm saying
I was gonna say-
anybody.
I was gonna
Is
say,
there
if you
any
wanna know about
wrongdoing
Donald
for
Trump
anybody?
That's what I'm saying.
specifically,
Him,
there
that works.
was-
I'm saying anybody.
There was I read like everything I can find on her. There was one
On who?
person who came
Ghislaine?
forward. No, it was a person who came forward similar to Virginia, like to corroborate
Virginia
her
Giuffre.
story, and then so she said stuff about Trump that I won't repeat, and then
She said he didn't do it.
No.
Are you
Who?
thinking of Katie?
No, not her. A different,
Virginia Giuffre.
No. Somebody
Oh.
who came to corroborate her story. Another witness.
Who came to corroborate the story?
I
of
don't
somebody who
like
said
that.
Trump didn't do
no,
it. Said
who
Trump
said
did it.
Epstein did it. She came to
Oh,
say that I
okay.
was on Epstein's island. I worked for him. I know what happened.
I thought you said Trump.
She spoke about Donald Trump, not Virginia. This other person.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
What's her name?
Now I do. That was
Um,
confusing.
I don't. She was like Jane Doe 43, and
I feel like
her name is
That's good.
her name is in there too. I just don't remember, but I know in the. So anyway, she spoke about Trump. I won't repeat it just because it's like
She said he.
it's just. Yeah.
Oh, are you talking
fire.
about Katie Johnson? Is it that one? Mm-mm. Are you sure? Was she 13?
No. She's an adult.
She's an adult now. Was she 13 when it
No,
happened?
she was an adult when she got hired by Epstein.
Oh, so he had sex with an
With an
adult.
adult?
No,
No,
she
she was
weird.
there.
What
You're
happened?
not understanding.
She was-
You're not.
she-
I'm not going to tell you.
she was a witness.
I'm not going to
Are
tell
you
you.
gonna say he raped her? Like
no,
that's the only.
No. It's just the wording that she. The only way to describe
smart
it is
guy.
to say
Give-
it the same way
no,
that she did.
say
She
other
just. She didn't. It wasn't anything illegal that she said Donald Trump did. Is what I'm going to say. She just said that he would. That he was. I can't explain it without showing. I'll show it to you anyway.
Say it.
Anyway, to get off Donald Trump, hers I thought was interesting because I never heard anybody talk about it, but she gave a lot of evidence. She gave up pictures of the island, a full testimony. Like you could read her entire.
So what? She was when Epstein was in jail. That was like her.
Because she has emails going with this journalist, so she was going to tell this journalist at first, right? So she did get brought in on the Epstein case or the Maxwell, one of them, but I
Gotcha.
think it might have been the Maxwell one. And she had a deposition
Yeah.
that you can read. But then she also was like going to this journalist to try and get the story out. And so she has this email exchange. This is where she says a thing about Trump. And she's saying like, these guys, like they're all trying to do it to control us. Like we can't back down. We have to do it. And she says that for like 3 different emails. And then she sends another email to the journalist, like saying, I want to recant everything I said. Don't post it. I don't want you to know. And I was like, that's weird. Nobody's talking about that one. Like I don't, she had pictures, you know what I mean?
So
But she basically said
she just said they do weird
she
stuff.
basically said that she was coerced, that her and everyone she was with, and she said she believes all of them to be adults, so she admits she didn't ask.
Okay.
That they're all of them are coerced into sexual acts with Epstein and his friends. And
Okay.
she names a friend specifically that she was intimate with in her deposition. But then in the emails to the journalist, she says of another friend she had who was given to Donald Trump in that way and coerced.
Okay.
That was the only thing I found on him. I know there's pictures. I know his name is in phone memos. Like it will say like Donald Trump called, call him back. Like you could read every.
No,
every
I
memo.
understand his name's in it.
Like
I'm saying,
every
but, like,
message.
when
that
I
was
see an
taken.
email,
I know that's what I'm saying.
Like I see an email
you
from
could see all of
Epstein
that.
to somebody, I can't remember who. Epstein to somebody, and he's like, Trump's worse than me, or Trump's the worst of the worst. And I'm like, yeah, but so what now are we to believe? That Epstein
Was self-aware.
was self-aware,
Probably.
and was like in this email, he's going like, I know I'm a child rapist, but he's worse than me. It's like, what?
Right.
What are we talking about? And he's still texting.
Epstein might know it was pretty
He's still
bad.
texting like lawmakers when he's in jail somehow, or like one of the accusations specifically I think about Trump came out in like 2020, and it's like, yeah, by then it was kind of a very political. It's like, yeah, when Jane Doe comes out in 2020,
Right.
you know, another like no, I don't, you can't know who I am. I don't have any actual evidence, but I'm
Right.
accusing him of this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, yeah, I don't. That's not evidence. Like accusations
don't-
have never been evidence.
I don't like that.
And then like
Yeah.
I'm seeing all like people are like, oh, we got him. Like he clear. It's so clear. Trump is a child rapist, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think you can just like say that. I haven't seen anything that's obvious
Were you
about it.
searching explicitly for Donald Trump stuff?
That's how I found her, but then so in the I first
Did
just
you
went,
search anybody
I
else?
first and just yeah.
Who
of
else
course.
is in it?
Did you find anybody else?
I
in it?
tried to find
He's in it,
I
I
tried to
think.
find
Alexander.
Stephen Hawking and couldn't.
Stephen
Stephen
Hawking.
Hawking.
Yeah, he was
I
accused of being
did
part of
find
Stephen Hawking?
yeah he was on the flight logs.
Are
for the
we
i-
talking
he
about the
definitely-
same
he
Stephen
went-
Hawking?
Yeah,
Yes,
the physicist.
yes.
He went to the island, confirmed he was on the flight log.
What the frick
Definitely.
did he do?
He's got a good out though. He'd be like, they brought me here.
I couldn't do anything.
So I looked for him. I looked for
He
Bill
died
Gates.
though, so we're good.
That's crazy.
Which
Yes,
didn't.
yes.
There wasn't really much for Bill Gates. There was Clinton. He has two names. He had in Epstein's contact book. It was his number, but not his name. It says that explicitly.
See, there you go.
And
This
so
is
yeah,
why
but
it's
that
never
was
gonna
how I
come
found
out.
her. Was
Exactly.
I looked
It's
for
not gonna
Donald Trump
come
and,
out.
and she says this thing in this email, but all of the emails are there, and that's when I could see like she was fighting, and then she like said she gave up, and I was like, who's this person? So I looked up her name in the files and tried to read everything I could attach to her.
You said 5 names, and they're all so important names, so that nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna
Even
happen.
if something ever did happen, we're never
But it's
gonna
not
know.
even anything. It's like
I
so
thought
much
they
of this
were-
is
I
just
thought
a
they were
non.
really
It
going
is a
to give up George
non-starter.
Clinton.
The what?
I thought Bill Clinton. I mean, I thought they were really going to give up Bill Clinton completely. I thought they were going to not redact his name whatsoever, give him up fully,
You
so that
can't,
he can
because
he
he-
can fall on the sword.
I
Give
guess
us, like,
he's going to
old-
give someone else. No one's going to take that sword.
Exactly.
No, that's if it's all true, and
But it's
it
not.
might be,
It's not.
It's
his
a big
It's
sword.
not in his control, really.
Yeah, but
what
it's not in his control.
what
But
they
if
redact and
someone
what they
points
don't.
to him, then he's going to open his
They're gonna
mouth.
point to somebody
No
else.
one's pointing to anybody. They're going to hush this down as much as they can. And not only you ruining the one person. When that gets out, it ruins so much more, like businesses, corporations, political thing. Because now everybody that looks at these people will actually know they're all scumbags, and no one's ever going to trust in any of them.
The Epstein files.
This
are
is
complete distraction for everything else that's going on.
100%.
because They're never coming out.
They're
fully with
never.
this stuff.
Well, I guess that's part
And
of the
this is
problem,
what
right?
drives
Like,
me-
if there is
Never gonna
truly
know.
damning evidence, the FBI is not just going to.
No.
Like, if there's a picture of any of the people we mentioned, Trump, Clinton, whatever, like sleeping with a kid,
Yeah.
that'll never just be like they're not going to
No,
put that on the front page.
no, that's what I
news.
said. It
Well, they
never.
were-
Anybody,
they were
and
never
that's
gonna release
and
that
that's what
stuff.
we talked
Right, it's
about.
like if that's not it, and then the Epstein files that they do release are like, oh, another email from Epstein
Right.
about.
It's going to
like,
be bullshit. It's all going to be, and this is
just,
what we
like,
talked about
silly.
earlier. Like all the Democrats want. They're like, oh, he started this thing with Venezuela. He's doing this. He's trying to stop everybody with the Epstein file. Get it through your thick heads. That is never coming
Never
out
coming
because
out. There's
if
too
it was
many high-level people
if it
involved.
was something that could already hurt him, they would have
would've
put
done
it
it.
out.
Yeah, but don't you want somebody to do?
Yeah,
like,
you don't.
I always
you
want
think
somebody to
that's
get in
worth
trouble.
not-
Nobody ever
No,
gets
no,
in
no.
trouble.
Like,
for
you
I
don't
anything.
think
know,
people
but I'm
should
saying,
talk
but
about-
Trump being president, I
to
feel like he
talk about
should
it?
have
Like-
released. If he's
in
in
other
it,
words,
and that's why he can't.
you're
That's
talking
bad.
about it-
Well, that's
I want him
what
to
I'm
release it
saying.
all on redact. Like I
Right.
agree.
You're
I just don't
talking
think that
about-
exists.
I
You're
gotta be
talking
honest
about
with
it
you.
in
I don't
such
think it
a way.
exists.
I don't understand half of this shit because he says he's releasing it, and then you hear that a judge blocked it, and then something else gets released, like the stuff you're talking about.
Smoke
I
and
guess
mirrors.
the estate of Jeffrey Epstein, those records, the emails got released. His personal emails got
Yeah.
released.
Yeah,
And then-
right.
That was
and-
like the last thing that came
Yeah.
out.
No, all the FBI records came out.
Not all of them.
Well, they.
But that's the
they,
thing, they're, like,
so
partially
last minute,
releasing
so
them,
they
but it's like, I
signed
don't
this
know
in-
what-
they
They
signed
released
this
what
into
they
law,
could find
and Donald
out.
Trump approved it, and then
Yeah.
at,
It was-
right,
it was
right
already
when
looked at.
immediately when that happened. the FBI came out and said, well, we definitely can't release everything because we have ongoing investigations, so we're not going to do that. Then they said,
lies.
we're also not going to give
BS. It's all
anything.
bullshit.
Yeah, but I don't understand. Like, are you saying you agree that these people do it, but we shouldn't be publicly saying that
No.
they're doing it?
No, no,
because
no, no,
They're
no,
never
no.
going to let it out.
No,
I know, but I'm just saying. Like, do you think we should stop talking about whether or not Bill Clinton?
This is how I look at it. I either think nothing happened, right, in some wild world. Maybe nothing did happen. It's being
Well, no, something happened.
right,
Epstein
but maybe
went to
not all
prison
these
for
people.
it.
Maybe not,
Yeah.
but something
It might have
happened.
been all
All
these
these
people.
people,
Epstein was there,
and it's
for
never going to
sure.
be
He
released
got arrested.
against one of them because it's going to affect too
All of
many.
them, yeah.
But I do think if that did happen, if Trump, if all these,
I don't know, Epstein fell
but,
on it.
But if
He went
all
to
these
prison for
people had sex with minors, then they all should be exposed, and we
Right.
should crumble this tower.
Right.
But it's not going to
It's not
happen.
going to happen.
But they
They're the most powerful people in the world.
What do you
Yeah,
call
I
it?
just
don't
think
know,
the
but
files
Epstein-
don't exist.
I'm not
Epstein
saying you
fell.
should stop
Epstein
fighting for
fell
it,
on
man.
it.
No, we shouldn't stop. But
They
what we
just
should
fight,
fight,
but
we
it's-
should fight for it as a whole against the whole, and not the
Right.
Democrats saying, "Let's take Trump down."
Let's
Where's
try and
the
get Trump,
Yeah,
right.
back and
That's
forth, yeah.
bullshit.
Yep.
Let's all team up and say we want to know what the hell happened to these
everybody-
little
yeah.
kids.
Well, I think the
That's
problem
what
is-
You know?
everybody's saying.
They're not, though.
They are.
They're not
No, they're
anymore.
not. They were not telling Biden to do that at all.
No.
I haven't
There was not a
seen-
single.
I
There
had-
was not
I
a.
didn't hear about the
Okay, so
Epstein
there was
files
nobody-
once.
The
There was
reason
nothing.
people
No.
jumped on Donald Trump to release
No.
it is because he said he would.
No,
That
that's not
was
why the
biggest
Democrats
thing.
did.
Yeah,
of course,
no.
that was the
No, not
big
of course.
criticism. Is
They
saying
still
he
say
promised
now.
and now he won't. He must be in it. That's what they were saying.
No.
Is
But
that how it
why-
works?
why
If
did the
not
Democrats
releasing it
not
means you
release
must be
it?
in it, then Biden's in
because
it.
he promised he would,
Yeah.
and then said.
Okay, but
said
forget that.
So the
And
next, okay.
let me
So
put
the
it
next
this way.
president, the next Democratic president, you're saying 100% the Democratic
release it.
majority
Should.
will be no, not the guy should. The Democratic
Will
base
release it.
are going to be going. You have to release this or else you're in it.
Yeah.
No,
No,
they
no,
won't. No, they
that's
won't.
not. That's
The
no,
guy
no.
has to say,
Let
"I
me
will
explain.
release it."
Let me
As long as he
explain.
doesn't say
No,
he
no, no,
releases
no,
it.
no, no,
Oh,
no,
who
no.
cares
That's
then?
not what happened. What happened was Donald Trump said we will release the client list, specifically the
Right.
client list.
And I
then
talked
the
about this
FBI
earlier.
came out in the summer and said the client list doesn't exist. There is no client list. We have nothing to release.
Right.
That's why Democrats jumped on it because they're
Right,
like,
because it
why
was an
are you
attack line at
saying-
Trump. It has nothing to do
But
with the
they're saying-
Epstein list.
But what they're saying
that's what I'm
is,
saying. That's
why
what we're
would he
saying.
promise to drop a list that didn't exist in the first
Matt.
place?
I know,
And
I know,
he was
Matt. I know,
president
Matt.
when
I
Epstein
know.
went
because,
to jail.
Right, Matt. Because they're going, oh, he must be in it. We finally
But
got
why did
Trump.
he
They don't
promise
care
to-
about the
why
list.
did he promise
Matt,
to release a list
Matt,
that doesn't
Matt,
exist, Mike?
Matt.
Answer the question. Just answer the question. Why did he promise to release a list that doesn't
I
exist?
don't know. That has nothing to do with
So
what I'm saying.
Is that not curious to you that he promised he would release a
I
list
said
that
earlier,
the
I
FBI
think-
says doesn't exist?
No, dude, that is a big. He said he was going to release it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't, I know he's not running
They
again.
said it doesn't
but he
exist.
should.
It's not just that he didn't
dude,
release it.
The FBI
They
isn't
said
him,
it's
by
not
the way.
real.
Like they're not the same thing,
But okay,
dude.
So
Matt, slow down.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think Trump should release it. He said he was gonna. He should have. Right.
100.
For you to say that the Democrats want him to do it just because he said he was going to do it and he must be in it, I'm saying that means that they never cared about it until they were like, oh, we got him. Because he said he was going to and then he didn't. We got Trump.
I agree.
If they cared about the Epstein list, they would have been saying it under Biden.
For 4 years.
I agree.
So I'm saying they
that
just don't care about the Epstein list at all until it was an attack line at
Until-
Trump. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
when they started caring.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not about the Epstein list. They don't care
I think,
about the Epstein list.
I think that's when it became suspicious, was when everybody expected this list to exist and the FBI just was withholding it. And then they come out and say that it doesn't exist at all. Then they put the pressure
The
on
Epstein
Trump
list
to
was
release
always
it.
suspicious, dude. Like the Democrats were never gonna go, yeah, Trump is totally
No, but
not in the Epstein list. They've been saying he was his best friend since Epstein went to jail.
I think people assumed that it existed for the entirety of the time. I think people still assume that.
So
it
why
exists.
didn't nobody ask Biden to release it?
I think people genuinely didn't care until Donald Trump brought it up. I agree with you completely.
Okay,
I don't-
so then what do we? Right, so the
I'm
list
saying-
doesn't matter.
I'm
They don't
saying
actually
that the
care about the
argument-
victims of Epstein.
I'm
They just
saying-
want to get Trump.
I'm saying that the argument was
which is what they're
never-
saying.
I'm saying that since then, the argument has always been that no matter who is in it, every name should be released. That's people
Yeah,
have said that
okay,
from the
yes,
beginning.
that is true.
Johnny is saying people are saying
Not a
No,
that
right.
he's
they're
saying
not
that it became a
fighting.
thing
Right.
because to
People-
get Trump. They're not like Johnny's saying everybody should
Sure,
come together and
but
say just release
I
it
feel
all
like
because
the
we
ends
want to know.
justifies
I
the
agree with
means
that.
here. I mean, I don't.
Yes,
like,
yeah, I think it should be out. Yes,
He's saying people should come together and say we want every name. People are already
Right.
saying that. That's what I said to him.
No.
That you're
No,
saying
they
that's
are
not.
that's
what
not
they're
true.
saying.
The left
No,
is
they're
saying we want Trump.
They're saying we want everyone. I see it every day. I don't know.
Where
I don't
do
know
you
what
see
you're
it?
looking
I don't
at.
know where you see
I
that.
don't see that. Send it to
If they
us.
wanted everyone, they would always have been pushing for
I'll
it.
start sending it. I agree that they didn't
Right,
care
like,
about it for us.
but you're saying-
but they're saying they have never said.
So they didn't care about it. They thought whoever's in it is in it. Kids get
I think
touched.
they-
It happens.
I think that
and
there
then
was a
Trump
trust-
suddenly there's suspicion that
I
Trump
think-
might be in it,
I
and they
think
go,
there was a
"Oh, let's get
trust-
him." But then now, once they go, "Let's get him," they're like, "Well, let's get everybody."
I think there was a trust that the FBI was handling it during the Maxwell case, or prior to the Maxwell case, I should say. And then I think that trust was lost when something that everybody assumed existed and would be released by the FBI eventually, the FBI says does not exist. I think they found it suspicious, and I'm not saying like, yeah,
but
nobody cares.
they're going to find
nobody
it
cares about the
unsuspicious in
victim.
4 years, and that's odd.
I think they'll still find a list suspicious. That whole situation.
They're
Suspicious.
totally going to drop it for the next Democratic president. It'll never come up again.
That might be true to not put pressure. I disagree with it. That might. Be
I would
true.
too, but the point is they only
But-
care about Trump. They don't when they're arguing
because-
about it.
but Trump-
When somebody asks, and
Trump's
they go, "Hey,
promise to
Trump's
release
definitely
it is
in
what
it."
makes it suspicious.
Right.
That's what makes the whole.
No, it doesn't, dude.
It is. It totally makes it suspicious that he promised to release something that doesn't exist. That is suspicious behavior. No matter how you feel about anybody or what way you turn it, that is a suspicious event.
It's just as suspicious as not releasing it. Like it's the same. It's the same amount of suspicion. Why is it more suspicious to say you're going to release it and then not release it versus not having it and not
He's
releasing
going to
it?
release it.
Why
That's what's suspicious. Why say
for
he's gonna release
votes?
Why sit on it?
I'm saying,
Well,
Matt,
I
not
think-
releasing the
I
Epstein
think
files
that-
is always as suspicious, right? Because your argument is,
Right.
well, he said he was going to release it,
Yeah.
and then he didn't,
I
which means
agree.
he might be in it.
The list
But
not
don't you think
existing-
he would know if he was in it?
Exactly.
The list. I agree.
Like,
the list.
like what? Like
he
what
wouldn't said it.
retard?
The
He
list
wouldn't say it in the
not-
beginning. Like I wouldn't even
Well,
talk about
He
if
was
I was
also
in
the
it.
president for 4 years.
Right.
Like he didn't know.
I would. Yeah.
That already existed. Epstein was in
Well,
prison in 18?
It's 2019.
Right. So during his presidency.
Yeah.
And he's going, I'm
If
going to
you-
release it.
if you
And I'm
really
the
wanna
I'm,
know-
I'm in
the
it.
worst guy in
and
there.
I'm in it. And Epstein says I'm worse than him.
If you really
and he
wanna
forgot
know-
about that?
If you really want to know what I think, honestly, I think that the assumption was, and this could go for anybody. I think the assumption was that he figured he could be protected by they can they're always going to redact things because they don't want to imply anyone
Right.
they don't want to expose victims possibly or anything like that. Children, definitely not names of children.
Yep.
So he figured he could be redacted enough because they had to redact stuff. And then to Johnny's point, he found out it's way bigger than that. It's a lot more people than he thought it was, and they really can't release it. Like it will seriously cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
To the country or like the infrastructure of the country if it came out, and that's where I think he knew he was in it. He just figured he was protected, assuming that it exists, and he is in it. But his thinking was, well, I could have my name removed. That's easy. But he can't remove every name, and every name happens to be you know what I mean? Or like the
Yeah.
majority of them.
Well, that's what I think is more
is my-
likely. I'm
that's
sure
why
he
I
was in
think
it.
he did
Is
it.
in it. He is.
Yep.
At least in part. I don't know if he's like guilty of all this stuff, but he's in it certainly. I think he probably knew that. I think what likely changed is two things. One, they never actually had like the smoking gun, right? Because if this exists, well, it does exist. If it is true that they did have, or at some point they have like actual, true, honest to God evidence
Yeah.
of this whole
Like from the
thing
cameras
going
in
on,
Epstein's house.
from the amount of powerful people who were involved, that's all gone now. None of that still exists.
Right.
There's not a secret desk in the FBI that has all the photos that they're holding on to
Yeah, they
just in
destroyed
case
it.
a good guy becomes the president.
Yeah.
Like that's not how things
They
work.
destroyed it.
So they probably
That's what I
destroyed
said.
it.
That's what.
Right.
Again.
Or he thought like, yeah, I'm in it, but I know I'm not. He like assuming like if you give Trump the benefit of the doubt in this case, and he's like, yeah, I'm in it because I knew Epstein and like everybody was involved, all this stuff, but like I wasn't banging kids
Yeah.
because like he would know it's him, right? It's like his life. He's like, yeah, so whatever. Like I'll be out, but there's like people are gonna get it worse, and he doesn't care because he's like it's Clinton and whatever. And then he gets in, and then Mossad or whoever goes, no, if this comes out, like you're dying, your family's dying.
Like,
Your dog,
Putin's
like
in
you
it.
know what I mean, like because
Putin made visits
The
to the
real
island.
conspiracy about it all is that it's intelligence. It's an intelligence gathering thing between the CIA and Mossad and whatever. So if that's the case, and he like maybe he didn't know that or suspected it, and then he goes, "I'm going to release it," and then an actual secret agent comes to him and is like, "We're going to kill everybody you know." like this will get buried anyway. You think you're gonna release it? It's not gonna get out. Like there is no smoking gun, and you're gonna be dead. And they like, who knows? The shot at him. Maybe that was a warning, right? They're like, we took your ear out on purpose. Whatever. Like,
Right.
I don't know. Do I think it's suspicious that he said he was going to release it and then didn't? I don't think it's like particularly suspicious of him that he must have done something, like, because they are out now, and then he suddenly did release them. So what's your argument there? Oh, he had enough time to redact them.
No. The list never came out.
Not the client list, dude. Like,
That's
the
what
Epstein
he promised.
files.
He promised the client list. That was the whole thing.
Okay, so the Epstein files don't matter. It's just the client list.
Right. That's why people,
All right, whatever
the whole
So you
idea.
think Trump's name? So you think there's a client list and Trump's just one of the client
I'm
names?
saying-
And he's like,
Top
redact.
of the list.
He's
I'm
like, I'll
not
just
saying
redact
that.
my name out.
I'm saying that
It's never going to come out, as you said.
that's the only
exist. I don't think it
explanation
exists
could think
anymore.
They're
of.
erasing
They
it.
erased
And they're
they might
waiting
have
until everybody
destroyed it.
forgets it. People from the list, the higher ups, all die, and then maybe you'll start hearing in 30
100
years.
They'll release
30
it like
years, you'll hear
they'll
about.
release it like MK Ultra.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
we were poisoning people.
Yeah.
Or like the
like
Tuskegee
Trump will be
Airmen.
dead, Prince Andrew will be dead, all these billionaires will be dead, and be like, oh my God, you know what we found
Yeah,
deep
we
in the
found
vault?
this box
We found this deep. They were hiding it.
next
Oh,
to
and
the
these
Ark of
people.
the Covenant in the big warehouse.
Yeah.
That's how it's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
The
And then
Vatican
even the
had it the
people
whole
like us
time.
who were involved in it and no, we'll be dead, we'll be old, and we'll be like,
No,
I don't
we won't
really
get
care.
killed.
Speak for yourself.
I said dead and old.
You said us.
Old.
I'm not involved in
I
it.
said
Dead
us.
old.
I said dead old.
Won't matter.
I don't know.
Well,
a lot
I thought
of-
the first thing
a
you
lot
said
of
was,
these
and, like,
people-
who- us
a
who
lot
were
of
No, I
these
said
people
like
are old
not
already.
involved in like
That's
that.
what
Us involved in like what's going on.
Okay. Listening. Yes.
Well, I think your name's on it.
So we did it again.
Hey, release them all. I'm pro release them all. So
Minneapolis corruption.
Only they would.
All the way to the Epstein.
Oh,
files.
yeah.
yeah, corruption.
I
That's kind of
think it's
kind of a
connect-
through
I
line.
It's corruption.
I think Epstein did a lot of things in Minneapolis. That's why.
Probably him and Tim Walz.
And
yeah.
to all. That's why he looks like that.
Maybe.
And that.
You never know.
That's why his wife does turn the page.
Turn the page.
I don't like that guy. Yeah, I guess we're done.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening. As always.
Stay angry, annoyed, and amused.